What's up, everybody? DJ Numismatics, and you'll probably be seeing me do quite a few multi-denomination hunts because most of my banks aren't passing out anything. I got a few of my banks to give me 5 rolls apiece of each denomination due to the fact that I do have a business account. Of course, some of the ones that would give me 5 only had uncirculated nickels and pennies, so I was only able to come up with a decent amount of quarters in this search. I do think a few of these nickel rolls might be uncirculated. Same with the dimes. I'm not even sure what came over me to pick up those dimes, but I figure, you know what, we might as well try them. But we came up with 25 rolls of quarters. I think there's 13 rolls of nickels there, 18 rolls of pennies, 9 rolls of nickels, 2 rolls of halves, and 2 rolls of dollar coins, and $600 worth of paper currency, all dollar bills. So I think what we'll do is we'll get these dollar bills out of the way. I'll be looking for everything in these, and if I come across something in a strap, I will put them aside and we'll do a wrap up at the end. I think my last dollar hunt, I came up with an older star note from 1963. Kind of a cool find. So let me move some of these out of the way, and we'll crack in to the first strap of these dollar bills. Well, I've hunted the first strap, and we came across a couple of things here. If you look here, I've got a 1981 A series that's got a semi-cool serial number to it. It's a trinary 24277224. It's too bad this 4 wasn't here, because it would be a radar. It'd read 24277242. Wait a minute. Am I right there? 24277242. Yeah, I am right. But it is kind of cool. Starts with 24, ends with 24. 27, and if we read it backwards, it says 27 there too. It is kind of cool. It's probably nothing I'll keep, but so far it's the oldest bill I found, and like I said, it's a trinary with a fairly cool serial number. And then we've got a 2013 B Run B New York star note 04333-214. Now, this note is not rare whatsoever, unless you're trying to find the other one that was printed just like it. Because if we look over here, C16, if the C would have been an FW, it wouldn't be rare whatsoever. But since you don't see a FW, which stands for Fort Worth, this is one of the duplicate notes that the Federal Reserve printed in 2014. So this, I can look up the serial number and look up to see if anybody else has claimed this other serial number and possibly reunite it with the match. On the 2013 B series run of these star notes, the Federal Reserve printed duplicate notes, and this is one of them. So that is pretty cool. Let me clear this stuff out of the way, and we'll go ahead and jump into strap number 2. Well, I'm done with strap number 2. The only thing I came up with was a serial number with the date on it, 1912-26. So it'd be February 26, 1912. And a couple different things happened on that date. On this date in Great Britain, or United Kingdom, I'm sorry, 600,000 coal miners went on strike and demanded minimum wage. Pretty interesting. And also on that date, not sure how to pronounce this, it's Qing, I don't know if that's King or Qing dynasty, also known as the Manchu dynasty, came to an end, after an agreement was signed by a 6-year-old emperor. Pretty cool. I probably won't keep it, but I thought I'd bring in and share a little history with you. So let's go ahead and jump into strap number 3. Well, strap number 3 is done, and we got a star note and an almoster. If you look there, 1501, 1509. Now, if that 9 would have been a 1, that would have been a nice repeater. And then the star note is a 2017 series, G015699991. It's not rare. I think it comes from a 320,000 run with a 320,000 prints, or 3.2 million run with a 3.2 million run size. That's about the only thing cool about it. So let's go ahead, put those back into circulation, and check out strap number 4. Strap number 4 didn't have nothing, so let's move on to strap number 5. Alright, strap number 5 had another star note, and it is from 2013. Yeah. H02987 or 98057. It is not a rare note. This one was a 3.2 from a 6.4 million run, so back to circulation it goes. Let's move on to the 6th and final strap. Well, the dollar bills are hunted, and we came up with the 3 star notes and those few other miscellaneous ones. The only one I'll probably be keeping is the duplicate 2013. That being said, let's see what we can find in 2 rolls of dollar coins. Well, the dollars are hunted, and I didn't expect much. We did get 14 Susan B's. All but 1 were 1979s. None of them were the close ring. And 5 2000p Sacagaweas. None of them with varieties. So let's check out those 2 rolls of halves. Well, half dollars, I only found 4 that I could check for DDOs on. I did find some 72D and 82Ds to look through. So let's look at some dimes. Well, the dimes contained no silver, and I did check a few dates. Like the 1967 has a really nice DDO on it, but none of them, they were pretty heavily circulated. I couldn't even make it out if they were. And then I checked some 70s for the proof reverse and didn't find any of those either. So let me dump these and we'll move on to the nickels. Well, I pulled out the 2 rolls that I suspected to be uncirculated, and sure enough, uncirculated 2021s. So let me get these out of the way and we'll move on to the next 11 rolls. We're on roll number 5 of the circulated nickels, and we got an old one in a 1942. Non-silver Denver minted nickel. And I can see right back here we have a Canadian. Let's see, it is a 1986. We're on roll 8 of the circulated nickels, and we got a 1939 from Philly. I'll check that for the double monocell. If we got it, I'll bring it back in. If not, we'll move on. Well, the nickels are done. We only found those 3, the 39, the 42, and the 86 Canadians. So let's see what these pennies provide for us. I think they're all circulated, so hopefully we get something good. Well, roll 1 and go figure. The first find's going to be the Canadian. 1981. Roll 2 of the pennies, and we got a couple finds. We've got a Canadian, and right behind it, a wheat cent. So what we got here with the Canadian first. That's a 1975, and the wheat cent looks like it's in pretty decent shape. A red-brown, I would say. 1952 from Denver. I'll check that quick for the D over S. If I got it, I'll bring you in. We're on roll 6 of the pennies, and got a set of wheatbacks here, and it's either heavily circulated or possibly older. Let's flip and find out. No, just a lot of circulation. 1944 from Philly. We're on roll number 7, and this was on the end here. And I think, after looking at this thing, it's a 1962, but it is super shiny. It hasn't been cleaned or nothing. I think what this might be is a 1962 proof. I do believe that is definitely a proof penny. Roll number 10 of the pennies, and if you look towards the back here, we got a Canadian. Further back, we got a set of wheats. So let's see what Canadian we got here. Looks like a newer one. 1980 Canadian, number 3. And back here we got wheat cent number 3. And that is a 1946 Denver. We're on roll 11 of the pennies. Lincoln cents, I should say. And we got another 1952 from Denver. Another one in really pretty decent shape. I was just scoping the 52D for the D over S. It's not the D over S, but if you look, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here. Down here at the bottom, see the notch right here? And then you come up here to the top. And the notch right here. It is an RPM though. I didn't take the time to look it up and see which RPM it is. I'll take that time here in a little while to check it. I'm pretty sure this right over here has something to do with the RPM as well. So we do at least have an RPM in the rolls, and it's an old one, 1952 Denver. All right, let me get back to this hunt. We're on roll 15, and we're gonna get Canadian number 4. So this puts us at a tie, 4-4. 4 wheat cents, 4 Canadians, and it's a 1971. Well, the pennies are done, and for only 18 rolls, was pretty good. I got some nicer graded Lincoln Memorials here from 59, 60s, and a few 70s, including a 72, which, if it would have been the DDO, one of the DDOs would have been really nice. We got 3 wheat cents with the 152D RPM, 4 Canadians. And then we got 69 through 74 in the S's. Oh, and then of course, under the scope, this is most definitely a proof. So, let's go ahead. I'll move these out of the way, and we'll move on to a half a box of quarters. Well, as you can see, the quarters have been hunted, and I didn't come up with a whole lot. I got a couple of Denver minted bicentennials to check for the DDOs. Neither of them had them. I got an orange 1970, and this was probably either like a jukebox coin or like, say, a laundromat coin where they'd give them out, and that way they could tell which ones were theirs that they've given to their patrons or the ones that the patrons have been spending. I got a Kansas, sorry about that, Kansas. You can see the T at some angles. It's not complete in God We Trust, but it is a partial, probably before the die had been completely plugged. I think they consider these the light T's. From that angle, it's an ungodly rust. I've got a early stage snow on the roof homestead. If you look right up here, you can see the die break that becomes the cuds on this side. And then we got a Virginia 2000 with a die break down here that eventually, it's right here, I'll put it under the scope for you guys, right here, that eventually that whole thing becomes a cud. And then we got a same thing here. It's a die break. You can see it right here by my thumb. And then there's another one, a really light one up here. I've actually found this cud. Some of them break clear down here, but there's a couple versions where it breaks off here and here. So let me throw these under the scope and I'll show you the actual die breaks. We'll start with the Homestead 2015 America the Beautiful. You can see along the roof there the die crack that eventually becomes the snow on the roof. Nothing I'll keep, but I thought I'd at least show you guys what I'd found. Here is the 2000 Virginia, and if you look right down there, right here, you can see this die break runs from here to here. This eventually becomes a cut along the side here and it exits right up here, usually somewhere in this area, or maybe it's here. Yeah, I do believe it's right here. You can slightly see the break. It's not a huge cut, but it becomes a pretty cool piece. And let's see here, here's the North Dakota. Some of these have the die break that run out the bottom here and come clear down to here. This one, I've actually found the cud to this one. And it starts right here, cracks along here. If you look right up here, it's faint, but it is there. Right there. If you look, you can see it cracking across here. I'm pretty sure this is the chip too. That becomes a full cud across there. Pretty neat. And then let's see if that ungodly rust. Yeah, as you can see, the T is super light on this one. Not the full ungodly rust, but it is the beginning stages of the ungodly rust quarter. And then there's a thing called the Hunchback Buffalo. If you look back here, I think they call it the double hump or hunchback. And this one's just barely starting. You can see it right here. And it's got a little hump right here, a little die chip that forms on the top of the buffalo. So all in all, for a multi-denomination hunt, not too shabby. Got a little bit of everything and everything, except for I guess the $50 and the dollar coins. And let me show you real quick. I'm going to throw that 62 under the scope and show you why I think it's a proof. If you look right there, the 62 and some of the lettering and stuff even looks almost frosted. I don't believe they come completely frosted, but if you notice, the background or the fields are all super shiny. Well, for being a circulator proof, super shiny. I'll flip it and show you the backside here. Same with the backside. You can see that the fields on this thing are really shiny, and the raised elements are pretty frosty. So for not being able to get any boxes, it was a pretty good hunt. We got the duplicate star note. That's always a fun one to find. So, like always, I'm going to post a link right up here from my eBay page. Check it out. I might have something you like, need, or want. So, I'll also post a link down below for some of the sites that I looked up all these varieties on. So until next time, hopefully this coin shortage isn't going to last long and we can actually get our hands on some decent boxes. So until next time, happy hunting everybody, and thanks for watching.